When a man is genuinely attracted to someone, one of the first things that changes isn't what he says, it's how he focuses. His attention shifts from the world around him to you. It's subtle at first, barely noticeable unless you're attuned to it. But if you look closely, you'll see that when you enter the room, his energy recalibrates. His eyes linger a little longer, his body turns slightly in your direction, and suddenly, everything he's doing becomes secondary to your presence. This isn't about lust or fleeting interest, it's about awareness. You've captured his attention not because you demanded it, but because something about you quietly commands it. Attraction in its truest form doesn't shout, it concentrates. A man who is secretly into you won't always have the words to express it, but his focus will betray him. He becomes curious about your inner world. He listens not just to reply, but to understand. He remembers what you say because in his mind, your words hold value. You might mention a small detail about your day, something insignificant, yet weeks later, he'll bring it up. That's not coincidence, that's interest taking root in the subconscious. When someone matters to us, our brain starts filtering the world around them. You stop being one of many voices in the room. You become the asterisk voice that stands out. Psychologically, this is powerful. The male brain is wired to seek novelty, to be drawn to what stimulates curiosity. But when a man focuses deeply on you, it's no longer just curiosity, it's emotional connection forming beneath the surface. His mind begins associating your presence with meaning, safety, excitement, sometimes all at once. That's why you might notice his body language change in your presence. He leans in slightly when you talk, mirroring your movements without realizing it. His tone softens, his laughter becomes more genuine, and even the silence between you feels charged. These are all nonverbal indicators of investment. Now, here's what most people misunderstand: attraction isn't proven by intensity. It's revealed through consistency. A man can be charming, flirtatious, or even overly expressive, but if his focus drifts easily, it's not real connection, it's stimulation. But when his attention stays anchored, when he continues to notice you even after the initial excitement fades, that's something deeper. It means he's not just drawn to how you look, but how you make him feel. It's a quiet recognition of alignment, a sense that your presence fits naturally into his emotional rhythm. And this is where so many women underestimate their power. You don't need to chase a man's focus. You only need to honor your own. When you embody presence, when you're grounded, engaged, and authentically yourself, you draw attention not by effort, but by energy. The right kind of man responds to that without needing to be convinced. Attraction isn't about performing to be seen. It's about being so genuine that someone can't help but see you. So when you wonder if a man is secretly into you, don't search for the grand gestures. Look at where his focus goes when he doesn't think anyone's watching. Because real interest can't be faked, it's written in the way his attention follows you. And remember, attention is the first language of attraction and the truest sign of respect. Another powerful yet often overlooked sign of attraction is when a man subtly adjusts his behavior around you, not in an obvious, performative way, but in those unconscious shifts that reveal he wants to be seen as his best self in your presence. You'll notice he becomes more attentive, more composed, even more thoughtful in the little things he does. It's not about pretending to be someone else, it's about presenting the version of himself that he hopes you'll respect and value. When a man is secretly into you, he starts calibrating his actions to reflect how he wants you to perceive him, even if he doesn't realize he's doing it. This behavioral shift isn't just about attraction, it's about emotional investment. You see, when someone's feelings deepen, they naturally start managing impressions. He may start standing a little taller when you walk by, choosing his words more carefully when you're in the conversation, or taking more pride in his appearance not to impress, but to align with what he believes you deserve to experience. His instinct tells him, asterisk, she brings out something better in me, asterisk, and that's what genuine attraction does. It doesn't just make someone want you, it makes them want to rise to meet you. Psychologically, this behavior traces back to one of the most fundamental human desires, the need for approval from someone we admire. When a man respects you, your opinion begins to carry weight. He might not explicitly ask for it, but he'll seek it in subtle ways, the sideways glances when he tells a story, the little pauses to see if you're laughing at his jokes, or even the quiet satisfaction he gets when you notice his effort. These are not random acts of politeness. They are the emotional signals of someone who's attuned to your perception. But here's where it gets interesting: the deeper the attraction, the less he tries to control the outcome. In the beginning, he might try to impress you, but as his connection grows, he starts revealing his real self. The carefully chosen words give way to genuine laughter. The rehearsed confidence softens into authenticity, and suddenly you're no longer talking to the man he asterisk thinks asterisk you want. You're seeing the man he asterisk really is asterisk. That's when attraction crosses into trust, because for someone to drop their guard even slightly, it means they feel emotionally safe with you. And that's the paradox of attraction. It begins with impression, but deepens through authenticity. If you notice that a man becomes more open, more transparent, or more emotionally expressive around you, it's a strong indicator that he's not just interested, he's invested. He's not performing anymore, he's participating. He's no longer trying to asterisk win asterisk your approval, he's trying to asterisk build asterisk something real with you. What you need to understand is that real attraction doesn't make a man perfect. It makes him present. It makes him care how his actions affect you, how his words land, how his energy is received. It awakens in him a sense of accountability, not because he has to, but because he asterisk wants asterisk to. So, the next time you wonder if a man is secretly into you, don't just listen to what he says, observe how he shows up. The truth of attraction isn't found in the grand gestures. It's hidden in the quiet evolution of behavior. Because when a man truly likes you, he doesn't need to tell you he's changing. You'll feel it in how he starts becoming the kind of man who's worthy of being seen by asterisk you asterisk. One of the most revealing signs that a man is secretly into you is the way his attention shifts when you're around. He might not always speak his feelings, but his focus gives him away. It's almost instinctive. His energy, his awareness, even his rhythm changes when you enter the space. You'll notice he becomes more alert, more tuned in to what's happening around you. He remembers little details you didn't think mattered, like what you said in passing or the way you take your coffee. This kind of attention isn't just about attraction, it's about emotional curiosity. It's him saying, asterisk, I want to understand you. Asterisk, when a man is genuinely drawn to you, his mind starts collecting fragments of your world. He begins to store information, not because he's trying to manipulate or impress you, but because you become meaningful to him. The human brain naturally prioritizes what it values. When something or someone emotionally resonates with us, we remember. We notice tone, expression, timing, things others might overlook. And when a man starts noticing asterisk you asterisk that way, it's because his emotions have already placed you in a space of significance. You'll see it in subtle moments. He listens a little longer when you speak. He lingers on your responses. And even if he's surrounded by people, there's a part of him that's always attuned to you. That's not something that can be faked. Because real attraction doesn't pull attention, it anchors it. He might be talking to someone else, but his eyes flick toward you. He might act casual, but his awareness betrays him. The truth is, when someone matters, presence becomes effortless. But it's deeper than just observation, it's emotional investment disguised as curiosity. A man who's secretly into you will try to connect the dots between who you are and how you make him feel. He'll notice your patterns, your moods, and even how you react when something bothers you. And without realizing it, he begins to anticipate. He knows when to give space, when to lighten the moment, when to lean in. That anticipation is not manipulation, it's empathy in action. It's his subconscious learning the emotional rhythm between you. Psychologically, this happens because attraction sharpens focus. It activates areas of the brain tied to motivation and reward. He feels drawn to you not only because of how you look or sound, but because the emotional experience of being around you stimulates something deeper, a sense of purpose, of meaning. It's that feeling that says, I want to be someone who matters to her, and that's not just romantic interest, that's emotional alignment. You see, when a man pays that kind of attention, it's not about perfection or performance, it's about connection. He's not just seeing what's on the surface, he's studying the details that make you you. He's memorizing the energy that comes with your laughter, the quiet confidence in your stillness, the strength behind your silence. And that's how he builds emotional intimacy before a single word about feelings is ever spoken. So, if you ever wonder whether he's secretly into you, stop asking what he says and start observing what he notices. Because attention, genuine, consistent attention, is one of the purest forms of affection. Words may flatter, gestures may impress, but focus reveals the truth. When a man truly cares, his eyes, his energy, and his actions all tell the same story, a story that says, you have my attention because you have my heart. Another unspoken way a man reveals his attraction is through his small acts of protection, not in an exaggerated, possessive way, but in subtle gestures that show he cares about your comfort and emotional safety. It's in how he positions himself closer when you walk through a crowded place, how he instinctively checks if you've reached home safely, or how he subtly defends you when someone makes an unnecessary comment. These aren't grand romantic gestures, they're instinctive expressions of emotional investment. When a man is truly drawn to a woman, a part of him feels responsible for her sense of well-being, not because he sees her as fragile, but because he recognizes her as valuable. This kind of protection often has very little to do with physical strength and everything to do with emotional awareness. A man who's secretly into you might notice when you're tired, even if you're pretending you're fine. He'll offer to carry something for you, or he'll try to lighten the moment when you seem off. He may not always say, I care about you, but you'll feel it through the consistency of his actions. That's what makes it real when care becomes second nature, not a performance. Attraction, when genuine, awakens a man's instinct to provide comfort and safety. This is something deeply wired into masculine psychology. When a man connects emotionally, his brain begins to translate that bond into action. It's his way of expressing love without having to articulate it. It's why you'll see him subtly adjust his behavior around you. He becomes more patient, more attentive, and at times even more disciplined, because whether consciously or not, he wants to be someone you can rely on. What's fascinating is that these small acts often carry more emotional weight than words ever could. You might overlook them at first, the way he waits until you're safely inside before driving off, or the way he notices when you're uncomfortable in a situation and subtly shifts it. These moments reveal the depth of his feelings far more than a romantic confession, because real attraction at its core is about presence. Asterisk, it's about showing up consistently in ways that make your life a little easier, lighter, safer. But here's where it becomes truly meaningful. A man's protective instinct is not just about shielding you, it's about asterisk honoring asterisk you. When he values you, he becomes more mindful of how his actions, words, and even silences affect you. He avoids saying things that would hurt you unnecessarily. He respects your boundaries. He's protective not just of your safety, but of your asterisk peace. Asterisk, that's when attraction transforms from simple desire into genuine care. You see, attraction without respect is fleeting. But when a man is secretly into you, his protective instinct shows that he's not just drawn to what he sees, he's moved by what you represent to him. You've become part of his emotional landscape. He feels a quiet pride in seeing you happy, a subtle discomfort in seeing you hurt. And that's the beauty of true connection. It's silent but powerful. It's not about grand declarations or public displays. It's about those small, quiet moments when someone shows up, stays present, and makes you feel seen and safe without saying a word. So if you find a man who does that, pay attention. Because protection, when it comes from love and not control, is one of the purest forms of affection. It's his heart speaking without needing permission from his lips. One of the most revealing, yet least discussed, signs of attraction is when a man becomes quietly consistent in his effort. He may not always shower you with words, but his actions begin to show rhythm, a kind of emotional steadiness that tells you he's not just intrigued, he's invested. And that consistency, though it may not look exciting on the surface, is the clearest language of genuine interest. Because attraction without consistency is just curiosity, but attraction with consistency, that's intention. You can always tell when a man's feelings are real by how he shows up when there's nothing obvious to gain. He texts you even when he's busy, checks in just to ask how your day went, or remembers details you didn't even realize you mentioned. It's not about the intensity of his communication. It's about the asterisk continuity asterisk of it. He's not trying to impress you anymore. He's trying to asterisk connect asterisk. There's a huge difference. See, when someone's feelings are surface level, they fluctuate with convenience. They're attentive when it's easy, but distant when it requires effort. But when a man is truly drawn to you, he doesn't disappear when life gets complicated. He makes space for you even in the chaos. That doesn't mean he's perfect or always available, but it means you can feel his presence even when he's not physically around. Because consistency creates trust, and trust deepens attraction. What makes this so powerful is that consistency doesn't just reveal affection, it reveals emotional maturity. A man who's emotionally aware understands that attraction is not about temporary sparks, it's about sustained warmth. He knows that the real magic isn't found in the highs, but in the reliability of showing up. He's not addicted to the chase, he's drawn to the connection. That's why his energy feels different, calm, grounded, certain. And here's the fascinating part: when a man is secretly into you, his consistency often shows before he even realizes how deep his feelings go. He'll start making decisions that consider you. He'll think twice before doing something that could hurt or confuse you. It's like you start to occupy mental space in his day-to-day life, and that's not manipulation or strategy, it's simply how care manifests. When someone truly values you, they remember you not occasionally, but continuously. This is why, when a woman learns to observe consistency instead of being blinded by charm, she begins to see the truth about who's really interested. Because anyone can make you feel special for a night. But it takes character to make you feel valued over time. And that's the kind of attraction worth trusting, the one that grows, not fades, the more you get to know each other. So if you're ever confused about whether a man's attraction is real, don't focus on what he says in moments of emotion. Focus on what he does in moments of routine. The truth of someone's feelings is written in repetition. Consistency is not about perfection. It's about intention. When a man keeps showing up in small, thoughtful ways, he's saying something powerful without uttering a single word. Asterisk, you matter enough for me to be steady. Asterisk, and in a world obsessed with instant gratification, that kind of quiet consistency is the loudest declaration of love there is. When a man is attracted to you, even if he tries to hide it, his energy betrays him. It's not in the grand gestures or the rehearsed compliments, it's in the subtleties, the micro moments that escape his control. He might act composed, indifferent even, but the body always tells the truth the mind tries to suppress. His tone softens when he speaks to you, his eyes linger longer than they should, or he unconsciously mirrors your movements, all unconscious attempts to create connection. Attraction is not something people can fully mask because it operates below awareness. It's not a strategy, it's a response. You'll notice it in how he adjusts himself around you. He'll stand a little taller, fix his shirt, or find reasons to be close without overstepping. These behaviors aren't about vanity, they're instinctual. When we're drawn to someone, we want to be seen by them in the best light possible. It's almost primal. Yet the irony is that the more a man tries to appear unaffected, the more obvious it becomes that he is affected. There's a tension between his words and his behavior, a quiet contradiction that exposes his feelings far more than he intends. But here's the deeper truth. Attraction doesn't just make a man notice you, it changes how he behaves around you emotionally. He listens more intently. He becomes more protective, more aware of your mood, more tuned into how you feel. When he likes you, he invests emotional energy into your world. It's not always about what he says, it's about how he responds. Does he remember things you've told him? Does he pick up on your energy even when you don't explain it? That emotional attunement, that's the real sign of hidden attraction. What's important to understand is that genuine attraction, the kind that isn't built on lust or curiosity, is grounded in respect. A man who truly sees you, who values your depth, won't just crave your attention, he'll crave your peace. He won't want to disturb your energy, he'll want to align with it. That's what separates superficial interest from genuine connection, because while lust chases possession, love chases presence. One is loud and erratic, the other quiet and consistent. The beauty of recognizing these unspoken signs isn't to gain control, it's to gain clarity. It's to remind you that you don't need to overanalyze words or chase validation. When someone's energy is aligned with yours, you'll feel it. It won't confuse you, it will ground you, because the truth of attraction isn't hidden in mystery, it's written in sincerity. So the next time you're unsure, don't look for what's being said, look for what's being shown. People can hide many things, they can disguise their intentions. They can play it cool, they can silence their words, but no one can hide how they feel for long when it's real. In the end, the real power doesn't come from decoding others. It comes from staying so grounded in your worth that you can see through everything that isn't. When you stand in that kind of self-assurance, you don't chase confirmation, you simply recognize truth. And that truth, once seen, changes everything.